A very good evening to our viewers at home. Welcome to another episode of Insurance Group. It's our 6th episode, bringing you nothing but the best information that you need to make your decisions about insurance. We are saying know your insurer. As United Holdings, we are promising, and we have been promising that Sinawe Indlela Yonke, through everything probably that you get to face through life's challenges, we are trying by all means to assist in the problems that you face, be it financially, be it protecting your assets or your business, be it health-wise, making sure that your family is covered and is able to access health insurance or access quality health services. We are here to assist you. We also have our microloan sections. We're saying, you know what, even if you are faced with that mid-life crisis, we are there to assist you with Umlamleli and all our other short-term loans. I'm not alone. I'm with our wonderful guest and our wonderful co-host, Mr. Widen Bere. Just for your information, this is a pre-recorded session. Since today is the holiday, we pre-recorded this so that we can be able to bring you the information that you need about your insurance. So feel free to comment on the comment section below. We are going to attend to your questions. Good evening, Mr. Bere.
Hi, Cynthia. How are you today?
I am wonderful. Knowing that it's a holiday, kind of gives you that glow. You see that glow that they talk about. I know today I'm a bit glowing because of that.
I know we may be recording, but today is already a holiday for you because we are recording for the holiday. So you're already in the mood for the holiday. Yes, Cynthia, it's wonderful to be back for our sixth episode. I think we are moving. We should be, by the end of the year, maybe we'll be over 20 episodes.
Oh, yes, definitely. Every week, this is a weekly show. Definitely, we are bringing you the show on a weekly basis, and not forgetting our weekly giveaways. We'll be introducing our winner from last week's competition. So do stay tuned and listen to what we'll be talking about so that you are in a position to answer our questions. But just in case you missed this one, you can always go to our YouTube channel and watch the episodes. That's where we usually upload them, and then you'll be in a good position to answer our questions. Mr. Pep, how has been the week? Can you also introduce our guest?
Definitely, Cynthia. Today our discussion is around funeral insurance, which in most cases is a difficult subject to discuss. But when it comes to looking after your family, planning for your future, funeral planning is just part of a day-to-day planning, Cynthia. And today we are lucky to have Mr. Lovemore Gundani, who is the operations manager for United Life Assurance, who will be joining us during this episode. But before we go to Mr. Lovemore Gundani, we need to remind our followers that you need to stay in the program or watch the program till the end so that you can find out if you are one of our winners, and also wait for the question for the week so that you can be our next winner.
Definitely.
Right. So simply without much ado, I think let me cross over and introduce Mr. Lovemore Gundani. Mr. Gundani, it's great to have you on the show.
Good evening, Mr. Bere. What took you so long?
We have lined you up, Mr. Gundani. You were going to come, you have come. This is your opportunity to share with us about United Life Assurance.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bere, and good evening. Good evening to Ms. Cynthia Dlamini. I should tell you guys, I'm a big fan of your show, and I've been following it, and I've been checking my inbox every day to see if I'm invited to just come.
Yay!
You're not the only one. I think we'll be signing autographs very soon.
Definitely.
All right. No, listen, let's get into the business of today. Love more. United Life Assurance. Just briefly put United Life Assurance into context of United Holdings.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Bear. I think I'll just try to be brief. I know our viewers have always been following and have always been, updating them as far as how our organization is structured. Basically, United Life Assurance is one of the subsidiaries of United Holdings, and we deal specifically with the most valuable asset, which is human life. So we are an insurance company that provides cover for life. So when we talk of life, we talk of obviously the most famous one, which is funeral. And we have also branched into providing other forms of life cover, like credit life. And we are going to be launching so many other interesting products. But just to give that, assurance to our clients, United Life is a continuation of Jobs Direct Funeral, which was when it has been in effect for a long time. We changed to United Life Assurance in 2017. That's when we became fully registered as United Life Assurance. So we changed our name from Jobs Direct, which was solely responsible for trading in funeral covers. And then we came to United Life so that we can be able to bring, so many covers to our clients. Because most of our clients were asking us, can you please take care of us while we are still alive? Because we were just known for providing funeral cover, which is definitely, which in most cases you are not able to enjoy while you are alive, but just a cover that you want to put in place so that your beneficiaries and your loved ones are able to give you a dignified send off when you pass on. So we became United Life Assurance in 2017 so that we can be able to offer many more other products to our clients. So I think I talk a lot, Mr. Bear. I'll just end there and say that's United Life for now.
Your microphone is muted, Mr. Bear. Lamo, can you hear me, Mr. Bear?
I simply, I think I'm losing Mr. Bear.
Mr. Bear, is your microphone on, sir? We can't hear you. We can see you, but we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right, sorry about that. I think a little technicality there. So I was just saying, Mr. Gundani, I acknowledge what you just said, that a dignified burial is what we hope to deliver to all our customers. But in today's program, specifically, we want to be looking at how do we help our customers get more from their funeral insurance. Can you tell us about the different packages or different categories of funeral insurance that we offer at United Life Assurance?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Berry. So at United Life, we have got quite a range of funeral products that we have. We call them dignified plans, because the purpose of all these plans is that so that you can have a dignified send off. So from there, we have got what we call dignified individual covers or dignified funeral plans. So these ones, they are covers for those ones that that are still young, that do not have families. You are just covering you and yourself, so you can be able to get an individual dignified funeral plan. So these ones are also affordable. You can have a cover from I'm too shy to sell 5,000, you know, so I'll just start from 10,000 going up. You can be able to have a cover of 10,000 up to 50,000 and at very affordable rates, you know. I think for 10,000, you just pay 24 Emalangeni, and then you can be able to get 20,000 at 47 Emalangeni, up to 50,000 at 116 Emalangeni. And then if you have then just grown and then you have started your family, we also have got what we call dignified family covers. So these ones, they provide cover for a family. They provide cover for the main member and up to 8 people on the policy. That is you, the main member, and the spouse, and up to 6 children for the same premium. So for example, I'll give you covers. They also start from 10,000 up to 50,000. So for 10,000, you pay a mere 58 Emalangeni, and then you can be able to be covered. You know, all 8 of you are covered for that 58 Emalangeni. And then should you desire a higher cover, which is why we are having this show, I assume, so that, you know, people can have higher covers and be able to get that dignified funeral. If you get a 50,000 for all 8 members, you can cover them for only 275. That is, you can have yourself, your spouse, and up to 6 children, and you cover them up to 50,000 at only 275 per month. And then as you continue to grow, you know, we encourage people to take cover while they are young. But if you are not able to take cover while you were young, and maybe you want to take cover for your parents and your nkulus, and then we have got what we call senior covers. So these senior covers, we provide them for people from the ages of 65 going to 85. So for these covers, you can have your cover from 5,000, and the maximum, unfortunately, is 10,000, which is why we are encouraging our clients to have cover when they are young. It is cheaper, and we also have got a wider range to choose from. So these are some of the covers, and then we have got what we call, we also understand, because you are sometimes, in most cases, you are the breadwinner. So you have been taking care of your families. So we have got also another special cover that we call a family support. What is a family support? A family support is just a special cover that we say we want to make sure that should you go, or when you go, your family, your loved ones, they are well taken care of while they are still adjusting to the loss, you know, of losing you. So it is a cover that pays your beneficiary, your nominated beneficiary, uniform payouts for 6 months. I'll give you an example. We have got covers from 6,000, we've got covers from 12,000, we've got covers 18,000 and 24,000 and 30,000. So if you have got a family support of 30,000, what it does is for the next 6 months, you'll be paying your beneficiary 5,000 monthly, so that they can at least be able, you know, to get by while they are still adjusting to losing you. So those are some of the covers that we have. And then we do understand that in today's world, you might find that you are now forced to be staying outside of Eswatini. I'll give an example. You are born and raised here. You are a citizen of Eswatini, and then you find yourself now you have to work in Germany, or in some cases you are not a resident of Eswatini, and then you are finding yourself working in Eswatini. You've got a special cover that we call a home link. So that one is designed specifically to try and help that should you die while you are outside of Eswatini, you can be able to be brought back in Eswatini, or should you die in Eswatini, you can be able to be repatriated back to your home country. So that one also starts from 30,000, and then it goes to 50,000. We can go into detail as we go along, but then I'm just trying to give you an overall view. And then we have got again to say, okay, fine, yes, you've passed on, but for us, you know, to have a memorable memory of you, we want to erect what you call a tombstone for you. We have got another cover that we call a tribute cover. So that tribute cover now, you can be able to take it, and you can use it for the purchase of a tombstone in remembrance of your loved one. So you can really plan. There is no reason for you not to have a cover. And then you say, fine, all these covers, I can't afford them. You know, we are so fortunate that we have got shareholders who have got people at heart. In 2019, they introduced one of the most special cover in the kingdom, which is called the Tinkuntla Plan. So under this cover now, it's another special cover that they said, okay, we want everyone to have at least the basic funeral cover. So that one is a 5,000 cover that costs only 11 Emalangen, and the age limit there is as long as you are 18 up until you are 90 years, and you're a citizen of Eswatini, you can be able to get that cover. So you see why I'm saying there is actually no reason for you to say I don't have a funeral cover. Please, if you don't have any cover, we actually have got something for you. You can have anything under United Life Assurance.
I definitely have got something for someone, for everyone out there.
Indeed, there is something for everyone, Mr. Perry. You put it
the Tinkuntla project is particularly of interest, Love More. 11 Malangan, just 11 Malangan, you can be covered.
Yes, just for a loaf of bread, Mr. Berry, that you consume in one day, you can be covered for a month. Imagine how cheap that is. So you can have 5,000 cover for just 11 Malangan. And the special thing about it is everything about the cover is just discounted. Even the waiting period is discounted. For just 11 Malangan, 3 months, you now qualify to have yourself covered. So it's really indeed a cover for everyone. That's one.
Excellent, Love More. I think there are already some people who have been benefiting from this cover across the country. And if you do not have any one of our other funeral covers and you think maybe those are not for you, you definitely would like to have the 11 Malangan cover, which will pay out 5,000 in case you happen to die. Love More, the other products that you mentioned, it's a widespread and you gave an excellent account, say from the time you start working, what sort of product do you need? As you get into a family, you then need to upgrade to a certain product. One of the issues though that seems to be a problem to most of our customers is that they get their policy when they are 18 and they get the 10,000 because at that time they are thinking it's perfectly fine. But over the years, obviously there is inflation which affects how much our dollar or our money is able to buy. Of late, Love More, I understand you have been working on going back to the market, encouraging people to upgrade. Can you tell us about that? Okay,
thank you, Mr. Berry. So yeah, indeed, we are a command that has got people at heart. Like you've put it across, you know, one of the mistakes that we make as people in life is that once you take that cover for 10,000, I'm too shy to mention the 3,000, 5,000, but we still have got people that have taken 3,000, 5,000, and then you then relax and forget about it. And then things are changing like you are putting it across. So it is very critical each and every time we try to run what we call these campaigns, Mr. Berry, where we are encouraging people to do what we call upgrades. You know, yes, it was okay, you took 10,000 5 years ago, but now 10,000 cannot give you that dignified funeral anymore because the cost of everything is going up. So we want to we come again to the market, you know, to encourage them to upgrade. Please just grow that 10,000, you know. It being a funeral cover, the unfortunate part of it is it's not an investment, so it doesn't grow. So what you need to do is you need to do an upgrade for it to increase. So we come to the markets again and we run these campaigns, and we'll be coming again very soon, I think in the next month, encourage people, please make sure you take advantage of these ones. Revisit your cover, upgrade your cover from 10,000, go to 20,000. From 20,000, go to 30,000. From 30,000, go to 40, go to 50. Why not go for the maximum? You know, we have seen people that have been having these covers of 50,000, and how it then makes it easier. You know, should you pass on, your beneficiaries, when they are planning your funeral, it becomes easier. Everything else becomes easier from the purchase of the coffin, even up to the other arrangement, it becomes easier. So we are encouraging everyone, please don't be left behind. Take advantage of these campaigns, upgrade your policy, give yourself that dignified send off.
Yes, indeed, Lovemore. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag just a little. If you have not upgraded or you want to upgrade your policy, watch this space. In the next month, United Life Assurance will be coming into the market to give you an opportunity to upgrade. And during this upgrade campaign, there are many benefits that you can potentially benefit from that I will be given, many giveaways even. So watch this space and upgrade. Lovemore, I want to move on to discussing some of the questions that our viewers have been sending through so that we can possibly tackle those questions. I'll be quite selective. I've got quite a lot of questions, but I'll try to go through the questions that we have not touched on in other episodes before. On Tinkhundla, I want to start with the Tinkhundla product that we briefly talked about. Can a person have multiple plans under Tinkhundla funeral scheme?
Okay, thank you. That is a very good question, Mr. Berry. We have had so many instances of people, because the product is so good and so appetizing, you want to have more of it. Unfortunately, we put in across, I think, the purpose of the cover is that so that everyone can at least have a funeral cover. So when we say at least, then what it means is we just want to say, if you can't afford anything, at least you can afford this one. So definitely you just have to have one. That's the bad thing about the good things. You can't have too many of it. You just have to have one. So once you take one cover, then you can't take another one. If you want to take another one, you have to go to the other product that we have talked about before.
Can you just reiterate the age limits around the product?
Okay, so for this Tinkhundla, it's open from 18 up to 90 years. 90 years.
So wow. It's from the youngest adult to the oldest adult.
You can put it across that way, Mr. Berry, so everyone can have it, can just have one.
The next question says here, do clients under Tinkhundla access additional benefits? I'm not so sure what additional benefits is, but I'll leave it to you to decide.
Okay, thank you. I think what you've seen is with all our products, we go an extra mile to make sure that our clients get the most of it. And I think the extra benefits that people are talking about is we also negotiate with our sister company. We work well with Dobbs Funeral Home Insurance, Dobbs Funeral Home, and Dobbs Funeral Home and Crematorium. So they provide the services to the funeral cover. That is, they also provide coffins. So every United Life Assurance client gets a 5% discount when you go to purchase a coffin at a funeral home. So that is a benefit. So yes, you enjoy it even if you are under a Tinkhundla cover. And then another thing is there is free collection from everywhere. In Eswatini, once you're a United Life Assurance client, so yes, you can also enjoy that. And then the other benefit is you've got 14 days of free storage at Dobbs Funeral Home. So yes, you can also enjoy that. So imagine all that for 11 Malangen. I'm not sure why people are still waiting.
That is value for money indeed, Lovemore. Now, Lovemore, you mentioned our sister company, Dobbs Funeral Services. I think a lot of people think that maybe if you get covered by us, you get our funeral policy with us, you are mandated to also get services from Dobbs Funeral Services. Is that correct?
No, that is not correct, Mr. Bell. So what we do is we once you have got your funeral cover, the decision is yours as to whether you want to use the best, the services from, I would call them the best in the country because they are indeed the best in the country, or you choose to go for other players. But if you choose to go for other players, you can still be able to get your monetary payout, and you can be able to go and purchase anywhere else. But then that means you'll be forfeiting all those benefits that we have spoken about, Mr. Bear. 5%, no one will give you 5%. 14 days free storage, you can't get it anywhere else.
But that decision is yours as a customer to say, yes, I would like to be paid out the monetary value or full cover that I was covered for, and then I'll take my service from anywhere else. Lovemore, the other question here is, what happens if the policyholder dies, say, out of the country, in South Africa as an example? Do they subtract the transport money from the border to the mortuary as per free, or it's free transport?
Okay, so what you will see is, when I was speaking of free transport, we were speaking of within the boundaries of Eswatini. So then what it means is, all the other costs, we do not have control of all other costs that are happening outside the borders of Eswatini. So that means you have to take care of those costs. And then once you are on the other side, once you are within the borders of Eswatini, then we can be able then to talk about the free transportation.
Okay. I think that clarifies that one, Lovemore. Can I open Tinkhundla if I have a normal policy? I suppose this question is, I already have another policy. Can I open an additional Tinkhundla policy?
Okay, so the Tinkhundla does not discriminate. You can definitely have a Tinkhundla cover. It's just a special for everyone. So you can have one. The only thing is you can only have one of it. You can't have two. So if you have got another cover, maybe an individual or a family, you can still be able to get what we call a Tinkhundla cover.
Okay. Right. Interesting questions, Lovemore, and I think you understand why this one is even more interesting. Can my beneficiary claim if I die in a call of duty during a strike? And do I get double cover amount?
Okay, yeah, indeed, that is an interesting question. I think what I would try to say there is, insurance is a contract, and like any other contract, it is a legal contract. So what we support legal activities. We have had legal demonstrations, or should I say legal what? A legal protest. If it's a legal protest, yes, it's covered. But then you find that sometimes for you,
Sorry, Lovemore, I think you didn't quite get it. This is somebody saying, I'm on call of duty. I suppose they could be possibly in service, and they should then die during that service, during their call of duty. Do they get double cover?
Oh, so the question is on accidental death.
Yes, yes.
If I'm getting it correctly. Okay, yeah, what we call maybe just to clear the air, we need just to define what we call accidental death, is it?
Yeah.
People will not say, maybe you are discriminating me, you pay this one or whatever. So what we call accidental death under insurance is something that is sudden, something that is violent, something that is unplanned, something that is unforeseen. So having said that, I'll give an example. If you're walking on the road and you get hit by a car, yes, that is sudden, that is violent, that is unplanned. So it becomes and qualifies to be an accidental death. And then coming back to our question, if you die in the call of duty, I'm not sure though, who are you? Which duty is that one? Can it be certified as an accident by the police? Because then we would then have to have a police report that can testify that it was what indeed an accidental death. So once all that is met, then you definitely qualify for an accidental death. But then if something is missing, and then it then opens up doors to a lot of other investigation, then you might find that you are just paid a normal benefit, while we are awaiting for the accident to be confirmed by the police.
All right. No, that's well understood. And Lovemore, the next question really, I think, is a very practical question that people do face, and some people might not think that it's necessary to correct it. What happens when the beneficiary dies before I die, or we no longer see eye to eye?
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Berry. So I was just gonna be taking advantage of your questions to also highlight some of the important questions, some of the important aspects to our funeral covers. So you should be able to update your policies always. Make sure you update your policies, be it you change your cell phone number, make sure you're always updating your details on the policy. If you change your residential address, just make sure you update your residential address. And then we come back to the beneficiary issue. The beneficiary issue, a beneficiary is someone who is going to be claiming should you pass on. So that one is someone that you need to nominate very well and think about very carefully, so that it becomes someone who is able to use the funds or the proceeds of the policy to give you a dignified send-off. We have had cases whereby one person nominates another person to be their beneficiary, but the person does not have good intentions towards you. So they come and they claim, and then they go and leave the other people to face the burden of giving you a dignified send-off, which is not right. So make sure you choose correctly a beneficiary. And then should the beneficiary pass on before you, make sure you update. Always make sure you update. But then should it happen that you pass on before your beneficiary is updated, what we have is we have the people that are coming through. These are obviously your next of kin. They will have to go through and get a letter from the master of High Court there, that will then be able to be a legal document that will authorize us to pay out the proceeds of the police to them. And then should anyone else come besides them, then we will be saying, no, legally we have paid out the correct and the full amount to this person who was legally recognized by law. I know a lot of people would then say it's a long process to go to the master. That is why it is very, very important to update your policy while you're still alive. And then the second thing is when you pass on, I'll give an example, but I know I'm not saying you're passing on, Mr. Berry, but when you pass on, we have got a lot of people that claim responsibility over your life. You find that one person will come and say, I'm your brother. And then the following day, someone will come and say, I'm the second wife. And before you know it, someone will come and say, I'm the firstborn. So then we cannot have a gentleman's agreement to say, no, this is the brother, we are going to give him the money. Tomorrow, someone will come and say, I'm the wife, which is why we then say you need to have that letter from master that will give you the right, the legal right to be the beneficiary of the person.
So the best thing to do, Lovemore, is just to make sure that your record is straight with us.
Definitely.
Keep your beneficiary updated. If you want to change your beneficiary, you can change as often as you want. We do not stop you from doing that. But make sure that all your information as well, what we know, what we call KYC or know your customer information, your residential address, your contact numbers, everything, we encourage you to keep it as up to date as possible so that there are no complications when it comes to the time of claiming.
I think just to add on to that, making changes is free, Mr. Berry. So there is actually no excuse for you to say, I didn't have money to change. And then the other thing that is also important is we were talking about you having an individual cover, and then now you are married. So it's important that you put what you call your dependents, the people that you want to be covered. Make sure you update them. You know, you've got a new welcome, you've got a new band of joy in the house. Make sure you register that person, because death does not, it's not obvious that death will only come to the old. Sometimes it comes to the young, and then you see it's not on the policy, and it becomes a long process again. So just keep on updating your policies, your beneficiary, your dependents, and everything else will be just smooth in claims stage.
So, effect indeed. Updating your information is free. It's absolutely free. So the next question here says, can we have multiple policies for one person? Can we all get the money if the person is insured for more than 50,000?
Okay, thank you so much. I'll again use that question to also try to differentiate between funeral cover and life cover. So what you will see is we are talking of a funeral cover. So currently we are governed by FSRA, and then we are supposed to give out a maximum of 50,000 cover. I'm glad our viewer, they will ask that question. They already know about the maximum cover of 50,000. So what it means is funeral cover, you're supposed to have a maximum cover of 50,000. And then should you desire more than that, then you have to go onto a new product, which is called life cover, then where you can be covered for millions there. So funeral is basically designed to give you a dignified send off. So having said that, answering the second part of it, can we have multiple covers for the same person, and can we be able to get payouts? It happens sometimes. Sometimes people feel like they don't want to put their eggs in one basket. So they will say, we want to have 50,000 cover for you, Mr. Bear, but you have got 5 kids, you've got 5 children. And then they'll say, we all want to be responsible. The first person will say, I'll be responsible for 10,000. The other one will say, I'll be responsible for 10,000. Then they divide 10,000 amongst each other, and then everyone has got a cover. That one, it also happens sometimes. As long as the maximum cover is observed, you are not covered for more than 50,000. So should you die, your dependents are able to come and claim that 50,000.
Maybe just going deep, a little bit deeper onto this one. The 50,000 is not determined by United Life Assurance.
Yes, actually, if it was up to us, I'm sure we'll be covering more. But then, as an industry, we are regulated so that we can also be able to provide fair and affordable, and also be sustainable as organizations. What you will see is when you're taking funeral cover, there are less requirements than when you're taking life cover. If you want to take life cover, you have things like medical examinations, medical underwriting, something which you do not have under funeral, which is why they then put that maximum cap on it to say, to try and correct it, let's have a maximum cap.
So United Life Assurance is a legally registered organization and regulated by the FSRA, Financial Services Regulatory Authority. Excellent. Now, Lovemore, I know most people, most organizations, most other insurance or life insurance companies will probably just want to talk about how to onboard you. But we also have the responsibility. Our core business is to pay claims.
That is true. That is true. We have prided ourselves over the years for finding a reason to pay, other than for finding a reason not to pay. I know a lot of people talk about insurance companies. They don't want to pay claims, but we have tried by all means to find a reason to pay our claims, which is why even you are giving that Tinkundla cover 3 months up to 90 years. I mean, I don't know what more we can ask for. So the only challenge is that this is a contract which is between people. So what it means then is, as long as you also keep your end, we are also able to keep our end. You keep your end by paying your premiums in time. You keep your end by updating your policies and all your details, and then everything becomes smooth. And we have a promise that we have been giving to our clients to make sure that once you submit all the relevant documents, we make sure that the payout is just done in the most quickest and soonest time possible.
I think one of our strengths in the market, Lovemore, is that we pay claims, or we promise that we will pay claims within 2 hours.
That's definitely true, Mr. Berry. We always strive to stick to that 2 hours, Mr. Berry. That's what we have been famous for even over the years. That once you put in your documents, we make that payout to you in 2 hours.
Excellent. This is a big differentiator in the market, Lovemore. 2 hours, if you have all your documents in order, your premiums are up to date. From the time you submit all your documents, we ask you to wait 2 hours and we'll pay you your claim. Lovemore, there are lots of other differences that we present in the market. We are the only 100% owned Eswatini company, funeral service company, or sorry, not funeral service. I'm now talking about those funeral, but as a United Life Assurance or insurance company as a whole. There is none other than ourselves in the market.
That is very true, Mr. Berry. So that is a guarantee to everybody who wants to do business with us, that you will not come to us tomorrow and you find ourselves have packed our bags and gone back to our parent country. We are 100% owned here, so we are stuck with you to provide you the best services that you can get in the land. And we are striving to bring you first-class, world-class insurance products, in the country, provided to the Swazis by the Swazis.
Thank you, Lovemore. I think I'm happy with the amount of progress we have made this far, Lovemore. Simpiwe, are you there?
I am here, Mr. Berry.
I thought you might be gone. It's a holiday after all, and I know how much you love your parties.
And sleep, say, forgetting the sleep party.
Simpiwe, is there anything on your side that you think we should cover?
Thank you, Mr. Berry. On my side, I would like to, apologies for that, I would like to encourage clients to do consider our funeral policies, because I think what is important is for us to note that when you open funeral insurance, you're not opening it for yourself, but for your family. Your decision has a lasting impact on your family. It's either it's a good impact or a detrimental impact. You do not want to leave your family in debt. So definitely we need to make sure that we are covered, and we actually have the right amount of cover, because sometimes we tell ourselves, no, maybe the 11 rand policy is enough. But truth is, funerals are quite expensive. So we really do need to make sure that the policies that we open are actually the right amount, and we'll be able to actually meet the needs that we will face when the time comes. Which is why United Life Assurance is bringing the upgrade campaign to encourage clients to actually upgrade to the necessary covers. So do stay tuned. Will be the next things that Mr. Kunani is bringing for us during the campaign. So we are definitely looking forward to that. Apart from that, of course, we are saying Win Weekly in the insurance group. We had our question last week, which was give us 3 alternative means of paying your premiums. We had so many responses. Thank you so much to everyone that took their time to actually respond to the question. It shows us that you are indeed listening to our shows, and you are paying attention to our communication as a company to our clients. So we had so many submissions. However, there can only be one winner. But today we have two winners. I'll explain why. Our winner for the competition is Mr. Busani Simon Magix Dlamini. Of course, Dlamini, thank you so much. You were the first one that responded to the question. So thank you so much for paying attention and listening to our show. Do inbox us your contact details so that we can arrange for your gift. We are going to be showing all the winners that we've had over the past 5 episodes, including this week's winner. So we also have an additional winner, Mr. Berry. This is the first person that actually commented on our YouTube channel. So yay, thank you so much for visiting our YouTube channel. The person is Miss Senani, is Mrs. actually, Senani Seni Kwala Kwala. Thank you so much, Kwala Kwala, for visiting our YouTube channel and leaving a positive response on there. Do follow our YouTube channel. We'll be posting on this platform. You just can click, go subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Definitely, you'll always be updated about what we are talking about because we are actually giving you information, the scoop about insurance. It's quite exciting, Mr. Perry, to know Busema Swati are actually following the program and are actually responding to the questions that we are sharing on the show.
Simply, I'm jealous. By the way, what are they winning again?
Well, last week's winner is actually going away with this. It's actually winter, so this is very nice. I'm not sure if I can show it very properly, but it's a coffee plunger with a mug in it. So we definitely want to keep warm during winter. We do not want our clients to be cold. And we are giving away wonderful coffee mugs. I don't have it this year in front of me, but we're giving away wonderful coffee mugs for the winners that we will be announcing next week. So do watch the show and comment. Comment with your answers. We are going to ask the question, not now. We are going to ask the question, but not now. As we did last week, we are going to have a separate post that will have the question. So do stay tuned and thank you so much. Any last words to say good evening, Mr. Beb?
Yeah, I was just saying I'm so jealous. I thought I would win, but it looks like I try. I've used pseudonyms to try and win. I never win.
No, we can't, Mr. Beb. Just imagine having your coffee in this wonderful mug. Hey, it's very nice. So we have quite a lot of amazing things. Unfortunately,
absolutely beautiful. But well done and good. Congratulations to the winners. Please do look out for the question that is going to follow any day, any moment from now. All you need to do is just keep looking at our Facebook page for that question and you will stand a chance to win. It has been a pleasure, Mr. Gundani, having you on the show. Today we were discussing how we can get more from your insurance funeral policy. What we learned in a nutshell is that there are so many products available at United Life Assurance. All you need to do is to pick what our policy is best suited for you. We also talked at length about Tingula Funeral Policy, which is a brilliant 11 Malangeni policy, which is a product developed for all Emaswati. All you need is 11 Malangeni per month, and you are able to be paid out 5,000 Malangeni. So we also learned that it is important and critical to make sure that you update your information all the time so that there is no question about your claim when it comes to that time when you have to have your beneficiary claim. So, Mr. Gundani, it has been such a pleasure having you. I'm sure we'll be having you again sometime soon.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bear. I'll be honored. I've been honored. It's been a dream come true. I thought I'll get a mug for that from Simpiwe, you know.
I don't know which Simpiwe you're talking about. The one I know.
I'm a very generous woman, Mr. Gray, very generous woman.
Just prove Mr. Bere wrong.
On the 22nd of July, you are getting a day off. That's your reward. So definitely, we appreciate your efforts. That's your gift. You know, a whole day off.
Can at least have a mug to keep warm.
We'll
Thank
see
you
about
very
that
much,
one.
Lord Mo. It's been a pleasure having you. Definitely, I'm sure we'll be having you in the near future. As for me, it has been such a pleasure once again to be here as your co-host. Let's have a date until again for next week, Thursday, as we will be talking about, simply, am I allowed to disclose? I think we should. I'm confident we most likely are going to be talking about COVID and the effect of COVID. And if you want to find out how COVID has impacted the nation and how it affects your policies with us, you must make sure that you do tune in to this program. Next week, Thursday, it's a date. Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure. My name is Wittenberg.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lovemo. Thank you so much, Mr. Barrett. Definitely, we are excited about next week. Do stay tuned. See you next week, Thursday, same time, 6 p.m. every Thursday. We'll also be giving away wonderful gifts. Enjoy your evening.